Ruto can decide that I'm not going to leave this position. Okay? How I can decide to do A, B, C, D. He has the parliament. He has parliament. Basically, they can do anything. The judiciary is making moves. The military is aligned. He has all their parameters. He's doing things, he can come and say this. So basically, I'm saying where it is right now, Ruto has power. In fact, he's one of the most powerful presidents of our time. He has power. I don't remember the last time Uhuru had this control of parliament. He has gotten rid of his rock. Uhuru could not get rid of Ruto, despite it being a second. You get? So he has power. I don't remember the last time a president had this much power, maybe during Moi's time. So when you have this power, that's what I'm saying, it's purely on him. You look at the Trump's cabinet pick, yeah, and look at his Middle East tour. I was actually in Dubai when I was in Abu Dhabi when he came to those sites. How do you think Trump picks his cabinet? How did he pick his cabinet? No, let's he picked compared to the first term, this second term. Yes, he was very categorical or specific in how he picked his cabinet. Number two is very intentional in what he wants to push. I can tell you the difference between
the right people you need to look at when you look at the American context, because the formula is the same.
Yes.
Political appointments are favors. Those are rewards for
definitely
for support.
Yes.
The people you need to look at are the other secretaries. That's where the real people are. The young people are not integrating inside the system. They see themselves as the opposition. There is nowhere young people are associating, coordinating with the system to offer the solutions or to be heard. They always see themselves as the opposition. They look at the system, they look at the government, the politics, and they say, whatever they come up with, we are going to oppose that. Even when young politicians are elected into politics, the Karauri son, Jalango, Waweru in Dagoretti, and all these young ladies that have come from all over, whether nominated or elected, including Karen Nyamo, instead of carrying the agenda of the young people, they go join the system.
If you are a president and you don't consume data, it becomes difficult for you to lead.
If you don't have the people to prepare the right data for you, then there is the vulnerability of both not consuming the right data and not consuming the data.
How many cabinet meetings has this man held? How many times have we seen him holding what? What is the purpose of a cabinet meeting? The cabinet meeting means your minister for education has come and prepared you with data that this year, this number of people have graduated from the university. This number of people are transitioning from primary to secondary school. That's why you have a cabinet. You're not a dictator. You have a cabinet that feeds you information. You have an intelligence unit that feeds you information. If you have a cabinet secretary who cannot tell you that this number of hospitals are having these challenges, that this number of doctors are having this challenge, then you have to fire these people and hire the right person. Your inability to detect this as a president makes you an incompetent president. So every year we have about 1,500 doctors being released to the market, just doctors. So we have a total of about 5,000 doctors who are unemployed. They apply to they can't get a place to work. Okay, these people are educated by the same government. This is a perfect example. You saw the interns. You have finished school 2 years ago. You have not gone to internship. Yet the same number keeps growing. It's not that the hospitals are full of doctors. It's not that the ratio of population to doctors it's very low. So if you are a government and you educate these people through medical school, you actually pay for their school fees, you actually pay for their internship, but you are incapable of observing these people into the system. Whose failure is that? But you know very well that politicians rarely represent the will of the people. Because if they did, we'd be making progress. Every Kenyan wants the corrupt to be persecuted, but the first people who take money, who are bribed with 10,000 shillings in toilets, who are paid to impeach governors, it's the same politicians. So that's why I say it is difficult finding yourself in such a position, especially if you want to do. That's why I find most of these people, you'll never find a serious corruption case that is executed to the latter. The only people that are executed are like in this governor of Kiambu, the former governor. These people are not politically aligned with the system. That's why they go for Natembea, because it becomes so when you go to those positions, just go and eat your money and be in power.
About policy. Jalango went to parliament to offer himself as a leader. You The special interest group people should be the ones coming together, organizing, coming up with policies, knock on his door and say, this is our agenda.
Yeah.
Move it forward.
Fair enough.
Don't expect a politician to draft a policy. Jalango
Yes,
is
yes,
a radio,
that is fair.
is a showman.
So they listen to the
Policies need to come from special interest.
Mhm.
The Matatu Association, special interest. You go and fight for your own special interest as a policy. The young people in the creative
Industry.
culture, you join together. You go and take this guy called Trevor, Director Trevor.
I believe that the Kikuyu privilege started with Kenyatta One, and it was intentional, very systemic. In every sector of the economy you go, you'll find Kikuyus. This influence that you're talking about, you find Kikuyus. The fintech currently, it's Kikuyus. The healthcare is Kikuyus. All these public offices you go, you have seen the statistics is Kikuyu. So I talk of Kikuyu privilege because even me, 70% of Kenyans, like you, have had an interaction with a Kikuyu boss, or they've been employed by a Kikuyu. I was employed by James Mwangi when I was 17 years. 70% of people in the society, in Kenyan society, have experienced some form of Kikuyu privilege. Do you think that is the genesis of this entitlement that you see? Do you think that is a bad thing? Do you think that they should be what is going on, the fight to, what the Luos are saying, we want also this chunk of development. You're saying the Somalis are coming up, we want this chunk of development.
The number two way is digital policy. Digital policy, where they have cameras everywhere, deducting points from visual recognition from its own citizens for social misconduct, speeding, throwing trash, overspeeding, parking in the wrong places, loud music. Everybody is in the digital police database, and they have points that are deducted from them.
Yeah.
And then when you get fined, everybody's money is attached to WeChat, and the fine is deducted directly from your WeChat account.
Thank you. So
the rulers own the country.
Look at the American tech space. It is the most, we could say whatever, disorganized, unfriendly. Sam Altman is always fighting with Musk. It's the most private. You see what they've done to Kibe? That thing is done every day in Silicon Valley. Ideas are stolen every day. That shit happens in any developed society. That happens daily. You see, you cannot cry that somebody stole your idea. It happens, unfortunately. In Silicon Valley, ideas are stolen every day. That is besides the point. But the government understands and appreciates the importance of technology. You are not fit to be anywhere near leadership if you don't understand that cryptocurrency and AI is the future. You do not deserve to be anywhere.
They are not going to understand these things until you give them the information.
No,
and when they don't have the information, they are going to talk about banning porn on the internet.
But if you look at, for example, when I was in Equity, when you talk about the financial nini, you see the big customers, as in the loyal, they have this loyal. You see, their ability to thrive well as businessmen is because they have this solid base that supports their product.
Outside,
wait,
my friend, this is where we started. Outside of Mwangi of Equity, there is nobody else in Kikuyu land who depends on who has a product that is widespread in Kikuyu land. Mm-hmm. Not even the Kenya breweries. the Kikuyus in Central Kenya are not drinking Kenya breweries beverages.
Yeah.
So the Kikuyu elites do not have a product that depends on the useless Kikuyus in Central Kenya.
So let me ask you a question.